Hi everyone, this is a LLDB tutorial. It's a very easy and quick tutorial. We're not going to show you anything super complicated. We're not going to debug super complicated functions. It's going to be maybe 3 or 4 examples that I hope you get familiar with LLDB overall. Okay, let's start. This is my regular program called main.c. It has 2 functions called main, where we create a number, initialize to 1, then call function hello, our second function, and then just print the number. And as you can see, our hello function takes the integer by reference. I know it's unusual to take integer by reference, but for our case it's very useful. Then it checks if number is equal to 1. If it is, it assigns it to -1, and then just returns the number. Okay, so let's start debugging it. So before we debug it, we want to compile it. In order to compile it and then debug it correctly, we want to pass this flag called -g. What this flag is basically saying to compiler, keep the debug symbols close by. And you can use the flag actually in the optimized mode as well. I've seen some videos on YouTube where they say like it's specific for debugging. Not really. You can actually have it for release as well, like, you know, O3 do not debug, whatever. So don't worry about passing -g. It's not gonna slow down your program or anything. It should be fine. Okay, so let's see what happened. Alright, see, we got this debug symbol files. So this is actually what caused the -j, actually that's what caused to generate this file, right? And this -a is our executable. Alright, so let's debug our executable. LLDB. Alright, this is the interface of our LLDB first entry. So we can run this thing called list. List basically will show us the couple of lines of our entry. Our entry in this case is actually main, is our first function that we're gonna enter. Okay, so now let's run it. Oop, that's it, execute it. You see it, print -1 as we expected, nothing new. Alright, so nothing new happened, right? So what we actually want to do, we want to stop. We want to break at this point, the beginning of a main, right? And want to debug it from there. That's what we usually want to do. So in order to do that, there is this function called breakpoint. Breakpoint set, and we can pass a name. Say, hey, we want to breakpoint at name main, beginning of main, right? So now if you run it, boom, we stopped at the entry point of a main function, right? And entry point is basically just creating this number 1 and assigning to 1, yeah. So let's say now from here we want to go to the next line, right? So what do we do? Obviously, just write next. That's it, it goes to the next line. So, you know, some people are lazy to write next, right? Like I am very lazy, so what I do, I just write the n. It's an alias to next. Here you go, it goes to the next line as well. Then you go n, goes to the next line as well. Boom. And we are out of the program. Okay, cool. So let's run again, and I'll show you some other example. Okay. So now what we want to do, we want to step in inside of this hello function, right? I want to see what's going on there. So okay, again, we go next. Now when our arrow is next to the function, we want to type step into, basically. We want to step inside a function, right? So we type step. You can also just type s. It will be the same thing as I showed you before with next and n. But let's type step here. Okay, so now we're in the beginning of a hello function. Here we check if the number is equal to 1, and then if the number is equal to 1, then we assign it to number -1, right? So let me show you one trick. Let's say we don't know what the number is here, right? So there's a couple of ways, right? Like we can just step to the next line and see if we hear, then number is 1, right? Well, let's say the situation was more complicated, right? Like if it was even or odd or something like this. So what we can print a number variable. See, it tells us the number is actually equal to 1. Alright, so in this point equal to 1, so we know we're going to go inside of if statement, so it's going to be lots of fun, right? Alright, let's go to next. As you can see, I type n. That's alias to next, because I'm lazy. Okay, so now, this is another point that I want to make it clear. So right now, our arrow is on line 5, right? And we see the number is equal to -1. But what's important to know about debuggers is that when you are at the line, it doesn't mean that this line been executed yet. You just right at the beginning of that line. So number right now is actually still equal to 1. See? Now if we go to the next line, that line already got executed. So now if we print the number, it's equal to -1. Okay, so let's go to next. Okay, now we gonna print it, and happy days, right? Okay, so let me show you one last example. Okay, so let's start again. So let's say that, you know, in our case, we only have like one function, hello, right? Hello number. But let's say we have like, you know, 20,000 functions, so like whatever, it's like very complicated, right? And some of them take numbers, some of them don't take number. So what happens is, right, like we had a number 1, right? Like for example, let's go, and then here we printed -1, right? So we don't know what happened. Like in this case, we don't know because only one function. But let's say there was like so many functions, for some reason our value changed, right? So we're like, oh my god, which function actually changed it? We don't know, right? So what we can do is, let me just run it again. What we can do, we can add a watch point. Watch point, basically what it will do, it will tell the to debugger, say, hey, like every time this variable gets a new number, let me know about it, right? So, and the way to do it is in LLDB is to say watch set var and number. Okay, so basically we tell to compiler to LLDB to say, hey, every time there is value change in this number, tell us. So okay. Okay, so it tells us, you know, in this case when you initialize, yeah, it tells you both old and new. It just gets confused. So it's 1, right? So now let's go to next. Boom. It tells us exactly, oh, look, batch point 1 got hit. So old value was 1 and new value is -1. So then you're like, oh, okay, so it was in the function hello. That's when it changed. Okay, so you go to next. Prints. So the last one, you can type this function could continue. So let's say you had like many more functions to call, right? So you don't want to step in through till the end. You can just type continue and we'll go to the end, or you can just type C, which is ls to continue. There you go, we're done. And in order to quit, you just type quit, exit. Right, I hope you guys like this video. I hope you like this. Examples are very simple. If you like more videos like that, let me know please in the comments. Like and subscribe this video. Thank you very much.